And welcome back. I'm RayApollo, that guy that sometimes talks about Google Stadia. We just finally got a Stadia Connect, and I'm glad that it happened. We got to see a lot of new announcements for games that are coming to Stadia. Some new, some old. They're all good for the most part. I've had Google Stadia and Stadia Pro for a few months now, and to put it simply, I'm very happy with the money that I spent on Google Stadia. And before you start writing in the comments, how much is Google paying you? They're not paying me anything. Not a single cent. This is something that I bought that I wanted to talk about, and I'm enjoying it, and that's awesome. It could have been the same if I had bought it and I didn't enjoy it. So here we are. But I'm sure you're probably not gonna believe me now that you've seen my face in the Stadia Connect video, so it's whatever. It's like I've said, I had my expectations in check when I bought Stadia. I went off what Google told us and what other people were saying and based my purchase decision on that. I knew what I was buying it for, what I expected it to do, and I didn't expect it to do something that it can't do. I didn't buy this hoping to play a bunch of Stadia exclusive games. I also didn't buy this because I didn't expect it to perfectly stream 4K video games. I don't have the internet for that. I live in the Midwest and I don't have Google Fiber, so I bought Google Stadia to play games that I don't already own and play them in my living room, and occasionally sometimes play them on my PC when my wife is in the living room watching something on TV or hanging out with her friends. One game that I've been playing that has been working great, Doom Eternal. Man, I was fully expecting, actually I don't know what I was expecting when I said the test for Stadia for me would be Doom Eternal, mostly because I know it's a fast-paced game where you need to have quick response time and juggle all the weapons that are available to kill demons in the most efficient ways possible. Of course, a service where it's streaming over the internet, you would hope that it would keep up with you. Every time I'm playing Stadia, sometimes in the back of my head, I think about the articles and some of the videos that I've watched that are like, oh, Stadia sucks and it breaks and it doesn't work, and I'm just waiting for that to happen. I'm just waiting for the games to crash or for it to just be completely unrecognizable or for my button inputs to not be read. I keep waiting for that to happen, and then for me, it never happens. It's such a weird feeling because I'm like, I'm waiting for that moment where the other shoe falls and it doesn't work like everybody else has said. But that just hasn't happened, and I don't know if it will happen, and I am okay with that. I want this to work. I want this to succeed. Like I've said so many times before, I want Google Stadia to work because it does work. But I should add the caveat that it works in the right circumstances, which some people don't have the same circumstances as I do, and I understand that. One thing about Doom that I did have to mess with, I had to mess with the settings for the controls when I was out in the living room playing with the controller, and then when I got back to my office to play on the PC, I had to mess with the controls a little bit, just kind of the sensitivity, but once I messed with that stuff, it was fine. Like, it's actually great. All the footage that you're seeing, I recorded on my PC, of course, because it was the easiest way for me to record footage, but it works. And it's awesome, and Doom is just as good as I thought it was going to be, and it being on Stadia doesn't take anything away from that game at all. What's next? I'm thinking about potentially buying Octopath Traveler. I wanted an RPG or a JRPG on Stadia, and that's a really good one. I love the look of that game, the music, it's all great. I mean, I would like more Final Fantasy games on Stadia, because I know there's 15 on there right now, but I'd love to see some other ones. Man, Nier Automata would be awesome on Stadia as well. I would love to see that. The next big game I think I'm probably going to try, though, is what they announced at the Connect at the end, is PUBG. PUBG is on Stadia now, and I really want to give it a shot. I want to try it and see what it's like. I tried it a few times on Xbox, and I don't know, at the time it wasn't clicking with me. So, I'm willing to give it another shot now, because why not? I have Stadia Pro, so let's give it a go. So I'm thinking the next really big game, though, that I want to play on Stadia is Baldur's Gate 3. That's the next big game that I will probably be buying on Stadia specifically. It's the next big game that I'm going to be buying because I believe in this service, and I'd love to be able to play it in my living room, but also on my PC. Because if you don't already know who I am a big fan of Larian Studios and Divinity Original Sin 2. So I'm really, really looking forward to that game and want to play it all the time. And I really want to give it a shot. With all that in mind, what games would you like to see come to Stadia? Are there any specific titles or companies that you would like to see put their games on Stadia? I mean, with EA bringing games like Jedi Fallen Order, FIFA, and Madden, I'm looking and feeling pretty hopeful about this. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly do appreciate you guys. I love talking about Stadia because, like I said, I've been having a really good time with it and it works. So if you like this video and my Stadia content, please hit it with a like. It really helps me out. Love what I'm doing here and you're enjoying the Stadia content, consider subscribing. Trust me, We got some really cool stuff on the way. Thanks again for watching. Until the next time, peace.